Well guys, I'm back at a lake where Bob and I were about 8-10 days ago. The wind was right for this one. I was going to hit this one yesterday, but the wind was coming right down it. Today it doesn't seem so bad, so I thought, okay, this is where we're going to go. Thought I'd hit this one real quick. It's the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. Start getting busy here tomorrow, so we better catch some fish today. There we go, got it. He came up for the frog. There's a nice one. You like my frog, huh? Well, you did too, didn't you? See if we can get a hold of you here, because I'm getting myself. All right, start to the day. Like that for a start, huh? There we go. Fish number one on the day. Not a bad one either. Well, I'm getting back in position. Maybe I ought to discuss my strategy for the day. I didn't start out with a worm because of the clouds. I wanted to hit some top water and try the frogs. This bank won't have a lot of shade later on, so I thought this is my opportunity to fish a frog a little bit until the sun comes out. I don't know, it looks like it might be coming out, so we might have to make our switch over to worm here in a minute and try to go a little bit farther with the frog and see if we can do another one. That last fish just poked a hole right in my frog. When they ripped a hole in him, he was taking on water. Yeah, this frog is the exact opposite color. When I caught the fish on, it had a black belly. I don't have another black one. This popper's got a white belly. I had one little interest in it, but not much. We're going to try this one other spot here, and I think I'm going to change to a darker color frog. I think I got something else, gray or something green, and a non-popper. Okay, I just did a little frog surgery. The frog I had that was black, that was working, had a hole in it, was getting too much water. I had another black frog. This one didn't have a weight in it, so I popped the weight out of the bad one. I got him stuck into this one. Now we're going to cut a little of his tail off. I don't think this frog's ever been used. That's why he's still got a long tail on him. And we'll be back to using the black frog again. So we'll see if a little quick frog surgery in the boat does us any good or not. There we go, haircut. Ready to go. Let's find some fish. We might not even be able to fish a worm down here because the wind's going to be blowing us down so fast. So we're going to try to stick with the frog here. I'd love to fish this side of the worm. It's usually a pretty good spot for that. But I have the feeling the way the wind's going to be blowing us down. Come on, turn. A frog or a worm is going to be about impossible to fish here. Unfortunately, this side is awful weedy also, so I don't even think I can fish with a chatterbait. It'd be a hard time getting a chatterbait through those weeds. Maybe if you stayed out here off the weed line, you might come back and try that a second time. Run the frog down here. There we go. Oh, came right out of the weeds for it. Well, maybe we'll stick with the frog, huh? You guys seem to like a black frog today. You don't like the white one or the yellow one, but you like the black one. That's fine by me. I think I need to buy a few more of them, huh? There we go. There we go. On the frog. Guess we'll stick with the frog. Okay. Why is the frog going to work down here even though I'm almost casting it in the sun? We've got some shade overhang. Then from there we've got some aquatic vegetation. You can just barely see it under the surface of the water. So I can bring the frog over the top of that, and there's going to be fish sitting on either side of that vegetation, on the inside and the outside both. Now the last fish hit it, he was just on the inside of the vegetation, right about where the shade quit, the vegetation started is where he was. So you're going to have them, both cases, in and out. And the frog will allow you, because it's weedless, I can do this, where I probably couldn't get a chatterbait through here. I wouldn't mind fishing the snake. I had success with that here the last time, but I'm moving so fast because of the wind, there's no way the snake is going to work. I mean, I'm just flying down this lake as far as I'm concerned, I'm just flying down this lake. Far faster than I want to move. But don't have much choice. The wind's not going to give me a lot of choice in the matter. Cottonwood cotton, I hate this stuff. And I'll tell you what, got a rod of micro guides, it's 10 times worse. There, he took it right off the tree branch. Oh man, he came right off that tree branch and took it. He sure did. He came right off the tree branch to take that thing. Get over here so I don't get in the weeds. You like them when they fall off the trees, don't you? Huh? Yeah. I just barely got you, but not by a lot, did I? Get this thing backed out of here. Now I get my finger down in there. There we go. All right, there we go. Another one on the black frog. There we go. There's another one. That's a nice fish. He came up right up in the bright sunlight for that. Yeah, you did. You came up right in the bright sunlight. You wanted my froggy so bad, didn't you? Not quite as big as I thought he was going to be, but he's still okay. There we go. Didn't have you by much. All right. Well, we're going to have to get time to buy some more black frogs because it's the only one I got. You know what that means. Lose it. You're done. We've kind of had to adjust a little bit to what we're doing here. The day didn't go as planned with what we're started out, what I was going to fish with, what I am fishing with. I've got more wind than I was supposed to have. Look at this surface of this water. Look at all that cottonwood seed sitting there. I mentioned it in another video that I did that this is the time of year the cottonwood trees drop all the cottonwood seed and it feels like you're snowing half the time. What I've done, went to the frog because it was windier than planned, because I was going to use a worm down there and I couldn't do it. Now I've had to take the frog and I've switched rods. The reason was, on a frog, I want the line to float. So I was using this rod with monofilament line, so you have floating line. The problem was, these are the rods that I have with the micro guides, and literally every third cast I had to stop and clean the cotton off my line. So what I've done is I've taken one of my soft plastic rods that has the braid on it. I'll still float, which is still going to catch cotton, but I don't have micro guides on this. So hopefully I can get maybe 6, 7, 8 casts in, and then I'll have to stop and clean all the cottonwood seed that's plugging up the guides again. I tell you, I know some guys literally will quit fishing for maybe 3 weeks while this is going on, just because they get tired of screwing with the cotton all the time, but I can't do that. So, all right, let's move up and get out of this stuff. We can get up here a ways where it's not sitting on the water. Let's try it again. There we go. Oh, you hit it when I hit the water. Man, come on, everybody. Oh, I think we got something good. Oh, yeah, we got something good this time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy, I can see him. Wow. There we go. Oh, all right, rock around a little in the boat, but woo, that is nice. Just barely had you in here too, didn't I? Right down there. Come on, pop it loose. Oops, let me get out of here. All right, we're gonna have to get out of ways. Now I gotta get out. It's right there. Come on, pop it right out. All right. There, we got him. .20. There we go. 5.20, 20.5 inches. There we go. Got another one. Ah. All right. You guys definitely like the frog, don't you? Huh? Gotta get all the way from the bank here. Wind's gonna push me in pretty far. There we go. Oh, nice little bass. Little chunker here. Let's swing around and boy, I did my frog. There we go. There's another one. Came out. Oh, nice one. There we go. Yeah, get pulled down in here. There we go. Better get my butt away from the bank a little, huh? There we go. Another nice one. They're loving that black frog, aren't they? They're eating it and beating him up pretty bad too. Well, I'll tell you what. They're gonna have much left here. Looks like it's a trip to the sporting goods store. Well, not a bad day, guys. Black frog paid off. I had to do a little surgery on this one so I could replace the other one that got busted up. But hey, pulled a master angler out, pulled some nice fish out. I'm real happy with it. Had to kind of overcome some obstacles here. The wind was not supposed to be blowing like it was. My intent coming in here today was work this bank down here with a worm like I had before. It was way too windy, blowing me too fast, so we adapted. We went with the frog instead, and the frog panned out. Then we had a lot more cottonwood seed than we'd had in the last few days, so it's really getting strong now. Like I said, there's some guys will just quit fishing for 2 or 3 weeks while this is going on, but I was using the rod with monofilament line, and that had the micro guides. Those micro guides, every 3rd or 4th cast, I had to stop and pull the cottonwood seed off, and it really got frustrating. So I made a swap, moved over, put the frog on one of my soft plastics, where I'm using braid. I still had the floating line, but now I had the bigger guides, and we got through the cottonwood problem. So I guess that's what about. Some days you go in with an idea, this is what I'm going to do. That day doesn't work, you adapt, you change, and hopefully you overcome and it works for you. So anyway, time to load up, head home, got some things to do, big weekend coming up. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to our channel if we're good. Hope to see you again real soon.